Hey everyone! Today I'm going to be showing you what is in my vegan fridge. God, I sound rough. Jesus, I need to like wake myself up. Last week I showed you what was in my cupboards as a whole food plant-based vegan, and this week I'm going to be showing you what is in my fridge. So let's dive in. Here's my fridge. It looks like a fridge, right? It's not very big. We've got a freezer at the bottom and we've got the fridge at the top. So my dream is to have like some kind of walk-in luxury millionaire fridge. So one day. So what is in my fridge is a lot of stuff. So this is basically what it looks like most of the time. We get through a lot of vegetables and salad stuff, and because it's not very big, it is mostly always packed to the rafters. You can see that there are dairy products in here. Oh my god, but promise you, I am a vegan. These belong to my boyfriend. He eats Lurpak, he eats milk. So they are not mine. So what we have in the fridge, let's start with the milk selection, shall we? So in the milk selection, we have got this, which is my ultimate favorite milk, basically ever. So this is Oatly Whole. I only recently discovered this and I feel like it was missing from my life before then. This is the best thing in tea. I used to be a soy milk drinker and now I drink this Oatly Whole and it is amazing. Then we have some long life Oatly, which I've opened, so I've put it in the fridge. And if you saw my cupboard video, you will know that I always keep a stock of plant milk, and I use that if this kind of runs out and I need something to put in tea urgently. So that is why that is in there. Okay, so the majority of the stuff in these drawers is like salad and veggies, but you can also see it's taken over the rest of the fridge as well. So in this drawer, so we've got some new potatoes. So I'm probably going to be making some kind of curry this week. I almost always have new potatoes in the house. Then we've got like a bunch of peppers in the back, just like normal standard peppers that are half eaten and half opened. Again, like I always have a stock of peppers in the house, either to dip in hummus or just because they go in everything, whether I'm making a stir fry or a curry or a vegetable chili, it doesn't matter. You can always put peppers in, so they're great to have in the house and they last quite a while as well as fresh veggies go. Then we have a stock of carrots in here. So very similarly, I think that carrots go in most things, and Tesco have started doing these really cool like paper bags now. They don't do plastic if you buy things loose, which is really cool. So these are just like my carrots. And on top of the veggies in here, I'll come to that drawer in a second, we have got my Riverford box. So again, like in my other video, I think it was, what video was it? The Wander in the Woods video. I spoke about my Riverford box. There's a whole like thing on it in there. But this week in my Riverford box, I've also got some other extra veggies. I tend to keep any excess veggies out here. So these are my Riverford carrots. They've got some organic onions as well. I've got some courgettes that have arrived. I've already eaten through like a bunch of these. And then we've also got some normal potatoes as well in this bag. Okay, back to the fridge. So we've got our peppers, potatoes, stuff like that in there. I think there's also some celery lurking around in the bottom of here as well. Some organic celery down there somewhere, maybe. Ooh, another pepper. I didn't know that was down there. Oh no, yes I did. Okay, yeah, that's fine. This tends to be my salad drawer, so it's gone a bit wonkety for now because there's so much in it, but this is where I keep all my salad stuff. So we've got like spring onions, we've got bags of leaves. I hate all this plastic, but unfortunately, like this is what I'm dealing with at the moment. Avocados, so I keep those in the fridge because I just have so many of them. I mean, there's like avocados everywhere, and I think there's even some more up there. So I get through a lot of avocados. So once they get quite ripe, I tend to put them in the fridge just so they don't turn into like a heap of mush. So keep the avocados in here. I've got some more spring onion, some more lettuce. Obviously I get through quite a lot of salad. I eat it basically most days. If I'm not eating a bowl of kind of like cold salad, as I would call it, then I tend to put it on pita breads, or we have it with dinner if we're having risotto, or I mean, we made pizzas the other night and we had salad with that. So we get through quite a lot of it. So that's why there's so much salad in here. And then what is this? Oh, another pepper. Of course, told you I got through quite a lot of peppers, so that should be in the other drawer, but there we go. So yeah, this is basically just lettuce. So then the other amazing lettuce that I tend to have in the fridge at all times since I've discovered it is this, I think it's called Batavia lettuce from Riverford. So this arrives in my Riverford box. I just get it every week as part of my weekly delivery, and this lettuce is just to die for. It's such good lettuce. I mean, look, it's so like crunchy and fresh, and it lasts really well. It's like organic and everything, and it's beautiful. So that tends to be my my go-to lettuce as well, but these are just a stock of other ones that I had left over. And then normally in here we'd also have like tomatoes and things, but I over-ordered on the tomatoes, so we've got like punnets of tomatoes everywhere. Again, like we have lots of cherry tomatoes because my partner takes them for lunch in like his rice salad box. I eat them all the time, either dipping in hummus or again in salads, pita breads. So we've got lots and lots of tomatoes in there as well. More plant milk because yes, I just always have a stock of oat milk, so it's like wedged in various places. And then something unusual, which isn't normally in my fridge, which is in my fridge at the moment, is vegan cheese. So you'll see in my other video that I was making pizzas for my birthday as a treat, and I don't often eat vegan cheese, so this is kind of unusual to have this in the fridge, but these are the two vegan cheeses that I was kind of playing around with, and they actually worked really well. The reason why I don't buy a lot of vegan cheese is because I will just eat it and it's not that great for you. It's basically just oil. So I don't tend to buy a lot of it because yeah, I'll just consume it and it doesn't really have much nutritional value. But if you like vegan cheese and you're looking for something to go on a pizza or something like that, these two worked really well. So this was Applewoods, I think. Yeah, this is Applewoods. And this one I got from Waitrose, so this is She's. So yeah. Okay, then we have got more veggies. So I almost always have a stock of vegetables in the fridge. Courgettes we've got a bag of spinach, which I've just taken out because you can't see anything with that in the way. So we've got spinach, we've got some mushrooms. So basically just a load of like what I call my stock veggies. I always have courgettes and mushrooms in my shop. Courgettes, mushrooms and peppers, because I can pretty much like make whatever with that. The other reason why I really like to have loads of peppers and courgettes in the house and in the fridge ready to go is to make one of my all-time favorite lunches ever. So this you can see here is basically just chopped up peppers and courgettes, and I've used this spice mix which I get from Tesco, which is by Wicked Kitchen, and it's basically like it says on the jar, it's like onion and garlic and kind of a mixture of herbs and things, and put on top of these veggies and grilled. They literally come out looking absolutely amazing, and this is just so nice put onto a pita bread with, you know, the normal salad stuff like lettuce, tomatoes, spring onion, and also I often squish some avocado and use that instead of like vegan mayo, and this is just like so nice and so tasty, and it's actually really quick. They really don't take that long under the grill, so that's the other reason I like to have lots of these veggies lying around for lunches as well. And then I've got this mystery package, which is another Riverford box, and these are my most favorite thing at the moment. These are Romano peppers. They're just so good, and all I do is I kind of cut these up and I'll have these with hummus instead of crisps, because crisps are like my kryptonite. So if I can cut these up into like little slithers and have these ready chopped in a lunchbox mostly, then I can just use those as like a hummus dip, and then I don't eat so many crisps. So that's like my top tip, is having red pepper. And if you can get these long ones rather than those normal shaped ones that you saw in the fridge, these are just really nice to have with a dip, and they tend to be sweeter as well, so they're much nicer to eat raw, I find. Then in the very depths of the back of the fridge, you can see I've got some sauerkraut here, so I always put that on my salads. Then I like to have a lot of fruit in, so a lot of the fruit is in my fruity basket here. These kind of have my apples, and got passion fruits and lemons and bananas and everything, keep that here. But in here, tend to keep things like my raspberry selection, there's blueberries and stuff, so I tend to add these into my granola in the morning. So yeah, I have like a whole stack of these because I just get through so much of them when I'm making fresh granola. And just really quickly, I know this isn't a freezer tour, but the ones that I tend to use for my smoothies are all in here. Again, like I think we need a bigger freezer, so I've got like kale, I've got spinach, I've got mango, there's blueberries, and there's like frozen cherries and stuff under here. So these are the ones that I tend to use for my smoothies. I don't tend to use fresh fruit for the smoothies. I just tend to kind of keep in the frozen stuff just because I use so much of it. So it's actually cheaper to get it in bags and get it in the the frozen section rather than the fresh section. So that is my top tip for smoothies. Then with granola in mind, it's kind of granola season at the moment. That's what I'm tending to eat for breakfast. I have a lot of coconut yogurt, so I just use this one from Coconut Collaborative. So I always have a stock of this in. It literally is a vegan fridge staple because yes, this goes onto my granola, but also I also use it in curries, in vegetable chilies, in basically any dinner that I make. I always put a dollop of this on top of it and it brings the whole thing to life. So I would definitely say invest in some coconut yogurt. You can get Coconut Collaborative, you can get like Koyo. The Alpro ones are good, but they tend to have sugar in, so they're not as great for like savory foods. So I tend to have this one or I have Koyo. Then we've got some vegan butter. I don't use a lot of it, but I tend to use it for Marmite toast and that's about it. We've got some prepared pineapple from the other day. Then I have a lot of beetroot. Like this is my obsession at the moment, is to eat this sweet and fiery beetroot and just like dip it in hummus. So I have like 3 punnets of that at the top here because I just keep eating so much of it. So yes, there's more like salad stuff back here. There's some leftover food, like there's some leftover risotto at the back. And obviously lots of like hummus as well. So there's like stacks of hummus back here as well. So that is a classic vegan staple. The next section of my fridge is above my plant milk stock, and here is kind of like my fake meats section. So, oh shit, don't want the artichokes to fall out. So this stuff is what my boyfriend eats a lot of. So this is like squeaky bean, this is fake chicken pieces that are like tikka flavored, and these are a really great substitute if you're trying to get someone to like eat more plant-based food, or you want to get them to swap any chicken pieces and instead use a vegan alternative on a sandwich or something, or in a wrap. These are really, really good, and yeah, I would highly recommend them. They also do a barbecue flavor as well, and I get these from Tesco, so these are great to have and they keep in the fridge. Then I've got some of this lovely stuff, which is the corn vegan chicken free slices, which I've just kind of discovered recently. And I know I always say that I'm not much of a faux meat person, and I'm not, but actually sometimes this is like a super quick lunch, is just shoving a few of these literally in a pita bread, weirdly as it shows on the packet. Maybe I've been had with subliminal messaging, but like shove this in a pita bread with loads of lettuce and other veggies, avocado, whatever, and it just makes a really quick lunch if I'm like running between meetings or something. So that is also great to have in, and it's also a great alternative again if you're trying to convince someone that they don't need to eat ham. It's really, really great. So that is fantastic to have. Then the next section, so this is my random other vegetable drawer. So in here I always have red chilies in the house. I have got into the habit now of making my own curry paste from scratch, thanks to an amazing recipe by Nigella Lawson, weirdly, which is basically mixing like red chilies, shallots and ginger and whizzing it up with some coriander stalks, and it makes this incredible curry paste. So I always have red chilies in the house, so that if I have any leftover veggies like spinach, you know, any of this kind of stuff, if I don't manage to use it for whatever reason, I will make up a quick curry paste and I will make a curry out of it. So red chilies, and then also the ginger as well. I like to always keep a good stock of ginger in the house. Then the other thing that I always have on the fridge, or if I buy a growing pot, I'll have it on the side, is some coriander and also some parsley as well. So just because it just goes on everything, it goes on most of the stuff that we eat, whether we're eating like Mexican food, whether we're eating stir fries, whether we're eating a vegetable chili, you know, I feel like I've said vegetable chili a million times, but whatever we're eating, we normally have this kind of, this flavor goes. So almost always have coriander and parsley. Then finally, I normally have like a load of just random veggies in here. So this, whoops. So at the moment I've got some amazing purple sprouting broccoli from Riverford, which is absolutely epic. So I cannot wait to eat this. I'm going to be eating this tonight with a vegetable chili. Maybe that's why I keep saying vegetable chili, because it's on my brain. And what I love to do with broccoli, and in particular tender stem broccoli, is give it a steam for about 5 to 7 minutes, depending on how kind of stalky it is and how big the pieces are. Then once you've given it a steam, you can cook it in some coconut oil or oil of your choice, and add some fresh garlic in there and also some chili flakes, and it just finishes it off so nicely at the end. So just give it like a 5-minute steam and then fry it up in the coconut oil and the garlic and the chili, and it's just so nice. So I'll try to do that later on. Then finally, we have loads of random stuff in the door, which I'm not going to lie to you, hasn't been touched for a while. A load of decaf coffee, because I sometimes have a decaf coffee, but this hasn't been touched in a very long time. And it's also exploded all over the fridge, which is what all this mess is along the bottom, and I haven't cleared it up. Then we've got some vegan mayo, which I use in like sandwiches or pita breads and stuff sometimes, quite rarely though, but my partner has it quite a lot rather than buying normal mayo. And then we've got some sweet chili sauce, which we use quite a lot when we're having like stir fries and things. And then miso paste, which lives in the cupboard until you need it, and then once it's open it goes in the fridge, so we've got that there as well. So that is everything in my vegan fridge, and even though it is absolutely rammed, it probably isn't going to last that long, because a bunch of the stuff we're going to use tonight when I make the vegetable chili, that'll be mushrooms, courgettes, the broccoli, the carrots, like all that kind of stuff will go in there. So that's kind of why I have to shop at least twice a week, just to kind of stop the fridge from overflowing. So yeah, hopefully that was useful to see what a whole food plant-based fridge looks like.